The dispute over the Northern Ireland Pact continues to escalate. The British government had declared that it wanted to change the agreement unilaterally, and now the EU Commission is drawing conclusions out of that. In this dispute over Brexit rules for the region of Northern Ireland, the EU is now taking legal action against London. With this, the EU Commission reacted on Wednesday to legislative plans by the British government that could undermine a joint agreement. That is the so-called Northern Ireland Protocol. Despite repeated warnings, the British government has not implemented the protocol. That's what the Commission complained. This is a clear violation of international law, they say. Specifically, 3 procedures are involved. 2 of these infringement procedures will be initiated, another will be resumed. These could end with a trial before the European Court of Justice and a fine for London. Despite repeated requests, the British government has failed to implement the protocol, the EU Commission said. And once again, this is a clear violation of international law, and that is unacceptable, said EU Commissioner Maros Šefčovič, who is responsible for the negotiations between London and Brussels. And this left the EU Commission no other choice than the legal steps that have now been taken. In addition, according to Šefčovič, the EU cannot accept that Great Britain unilaterally changes the agreement. The EU is very determined to continue to protect the European internal market. Should Great Britain actually pass the draft law, the consequences cannot be ruled out at this point in time. With this step, the EU is escalating the dispute relatively slowly. Decisions by the ECJ usually take months, sometimes even longer. A spokesman for the British Prime Minister Boris Johnson said he was disappointed. Yeah, of course. The approach chosen by Brussels increases the burden on citizens in Northern Ireland and is counterproductive. No, the only burden for Northern Ireland is the British government. However, the EU Commission could have taken far tougher countermeasures in response. For example, the authority could have started a process at the end of which parts of the Brexit trade agreement could be terminated, with, quite likely noticeable effects on many British companies. But that is not out of the question yet anyway. Stricter goods checks on the English Channel are also considered conceivable to build up pressure. The case, which has now been resumed, is about a procedure opened in March 2021. London had unilaterally extended transition periods, including for food checks between Great Britain and Northern Ireland, which also is still part of the United Kingdom. While the EU Commission sees this as a breach of contract, London has argued that this is part of a progressive goodwill implementation of the Northern Ireland Protocol. Breaking the law, whatever. Post-Brexit, a dispute erupted over how and where goods entering Northern Ireland from the UK should be inspected. Both sides want to avoid a border on the island of Ireland amid fears it could result in violence and reignite the Northern Ireland conflict. The Northern Ireland Protocol is part of the 2019 Brexit deal. It stipulates that the North, which is still part of the United Kingdom, will continue to follow the rules of the EU internal market and the European Customs Union. The 2 newly initiated procedures also deal with the implementation of the protocol. London does not carry out the necessary checks for certain products and also provides enough staff and infrastructure. In addition, it has issued guidelines that result in non-application of EU law. That's what the EU Commission explained. The second procedure was initiated because London had failed to transmit certain data to the EU, as was actually agreed in the protocol. Ireland's Foreign Minister Simon Coveney welcomed the actions of the EU Commission. It was the result of a conscious strategy by the British government, which relied on provocation instead of partnership, he wrote on Twitter. And I so much agree with Mr. Coveney there. And I'll see you in my next video. Bis gleich.